often against the supposedly lesser lights of this league, often without scoring. The message from their new/old coach on this apparently is enough. Monza 11th right now, same as they finished last time around in their debut campaign. Good going. Maybe it's just their level, or is it another season of overachievement? Either way, it's impressive. 6 games they have lost this term have all been against clubs who finished in the top 8 of the table last time around. Their keeper is Di Gregorio here. The captain on the ball here, Pessina. Carbone, 18 years young, coming into the side today. Calderola spotting the run. Portuguese forward Dani Mota didn't hit it hard enough to find him though. There's Zerbin to Raspadori and Anguissa here. Mario Rui, the only fit left back they've got, and he's only just got back to fitness. 2 of them out injured. Politano's usual deputy on the right side of the attack would be Elif Elmas. He's also injured. So in fairness to Mazzari, he is without a fair few. But even so, nine of this 11 out there were regulars in their title-winning campaign. A long way off that. We'll flick round the corner from Dani Motto. Here's Colombo, nicely done. Carbone, Pereira outside him. And here he is, the wing-back. They're all shouting for handball on both sides here. Eight games in charge, and he won the first of them, and he's lost 5 out of the 7 since. Walter Mazzari. That's a good clearance, that, by Romani. Got away with it. Stan Lobotka here, continuing his run. Oh, he's done very well. There was a shout that even he might be missing, and he's never not fit. Just had a problem at the end of the last game. Anguissa, deflection, comfortable. Rafaele Palladino. The rather inspired early season, last season choice. Very much out of left field. And 1 point from 18, having never played at this level before. He was brought in with no senior coaching experience. Beat Juventus in his first game and never looked back. Brilliant. Di Lorenzo, right back to left back. In a 4-3-3 against a Monza system with wing backs here. Usually gives you space when you've got contrasting shapes like that. Raspadori running the channel. Different kind of forward to Osimhen. Not got the physical prowess. Clearly he's not got the numbers, but he's also not got the starts behind him. Fine young forward. Here's Kvaratskhelia finding him again. Raspadori. Too far for Zerbin. That's worth a hit. And Anguissa was about to hit it. Until Pessina got in there. Gagliardini filling in that back three. With Mari suspended. Defensive central midfielder dropping into central defence. Churia is down. And rolling. Probably fine. dainty pass from Anguissa. Well, they need him to shine. Kvaratskhelia, the only member of the first choice front three available today. Nice little flick again from Motta. Told you Churio would be fine. Here he goes. Good run from the left wing back. Very important to what they do, Monza. Him in particular, he is dangerous. Last season he was generally the right wing back. Carlos Augusto on the left, but he's gone to probably win the league with Inter. Napoli still reigning champions for a good few months yet. Calderola missed that completely. Pessina there to mop up behind him. Late challenge, Gagliardini. Free kick in a tasty position here. Nibble on Zielinski. Napoli just beaten Cagliari in the league and Braga in the Champions League to go through to the round of 16, and thoughts were that maybe they were on the up again, and they were smashed here. 4-0 by Frosinone on cup duty. Incredible. Lost to Roma again without scoring the weekend. As for Monza, beaten by Fiorentina last Friday, lost 3 of their last 4 with a win in the middle. Zielinski won the free kick, takes the free kick. Churia clears it. Kvaratskhelia. Mario Rui behind him. Anguissa making the run. Raspadori couldn't quite make it stick. Palladino almost on the pitch. Stage managing the movements of his defensive lineup here. Zerbin's in behind. Well timed, Calderola. First corner of the game. First start of the season for young Zerbin. And he's got the short corner coming to him here. Poked by Raspadori. He's had a couple of starts earlier in the campaign when Victor Osimhen was out with an injury. Giacomo Raspadori. He's got 3 goals. They haven't seen nearly as many, especially here. Curious, it really is. Lost twice at home all season last season. Lazio in March, Milan early April. Aside from the Bayern-bound defender Kim, the same players, but not the same coach. Luciano Spalletti. Wanting some time off and then taking the national job. The difference a coach makes. There's Lobotka. Nicely done. Di Lorenzo. Raspadori. Seen the run of Anguissa. No shortage of dynamic runs. Napoli are certainly not sitting in there and knocking it about tamely. The ideas are there, all right. Juan Jesus forced all the way back by Colombo. He's kept that in. How about that for a pass? Risky from Zielinski, and he's lost it to Akpa-Akpro. Carboni. Chance for Pereira to cross. It's deep. Churia is in there as ever. One of those left wing backs that really tucks in like an inside forward at times. Ambrosio. Akpa-Akpro. Churia again. Beginning to see maybe why Patrick Churia, 6 goals last season, is involved in so many more in terms of creativity. An underlapping, forward-thinking wing-back, so he's not really a wing-back at all, but technically lining up as such. Gagliardini to Gregorio here. It's a gorgeous touch if it was deliberate. It's worked out well either way for Colombo here. Pereira on the gallop, big deflection. You saw Alex Merritt turn and watch it with his feet planted, just hoping. Flew wide of his post. Could have worked out very differently. Churia and Danny Motta are there, left or right. Looks like Churia. Outswinger, it will be. And a deep one at that. Calderola with his head on it. Nothing doing there. Hugely enjoyable football in his first spell. Decade ago. He won his first game back in charge against Atalanta, then lost 4 in a row. Him and Igor Tudor, apparently the only 2 that were seriously interviewed for the job when Rudy Garcia was dismissed at the November international break. There are noises that he might not be given a great deal more. Mario Rui is on the gallop from left back. Another who was almost sent off the other night. Could have been worse, you know. Finished with 9 against Roma. Incredible amount of cards in that game for both sides. In by Di Lorenzo, Raspadori, Kvaratskhelia. It's a good challenge, that. Solid block from Danilo D'Ambrosio. Nicely played, Di Lorenzo. Kvaratskhelia on Gisa. Tried to shoot. Could have shot first time, wanted it on the right boot, though. Decent opening 14 here from Napoli. Bobka to Anguissa. Looking more dynamic than Anguissa in this game. His pass just cut out there, though. Monza primed for a counter. Juan Jesus with the tackle. Oh, dear. Misplaced pass from Churia, otherwise Danny Motta was off and running. Bizarre to be talking about the champions in such numbers, but at the start of September, only Empoli have lost more Serie A matches than Napoli. Only a couple of them were at Garcia. Cheap foul. Maradona. Their beloved bargain of the century signing on that left wing. They were so worried about how they would replace Lorenzo Insigne, beloved of these parts. They signed some Georgian fella for 10 million and everyone went, well, I'm not sure about him. Turned into one of the greatest purchases in the history of this club, or any Italian club, really. Absolutely mercurially wonderful last term. Like, in fairness, across the team, finding it harder to back it up second time around, but still great to watch. He's holding his position wide on that far side here. We'll try and switch it, you would think. Although, Monza making that impossible right now. Look at Raffaele Palladino. Demanding his players stay tight. Raspadori with the run in the channel. Gagliardini just able to marshal it. Fiorentina against Torino is live at the moment. We've also got Genoa Inter later amongst the later kickoffs. Genoa, promoted club, doing okay against Inter, the current leaders. Your other option tonight, Lazio, last season's runners-up, like Napoli, struggling to back it up at home to a promoted club who are really going well. Frosinone, superb since promotion. That's your other option. That's on TNT Sports 3. There's the promise of more to come tomorrow as well. Kvaratskhelia, lovely idea. Looks like there'll be too much on it for Zerbin, and there is. First start of the season for him. And he started twice last term. Alessio Zerbin. Didn't win either of those either. Curiously, and one of them was the game against Monza when the Scudetto was already won. It's a 2-0 win for Monza in May. Napoli having won this fixture last season. It was game 2 of the season, so they didn't know what was coming on that 4-0. Calderola. Di Lorenzo all the way home. Space for Di Lorenzo. Zielinski made the run from deep. No foul on him, but a handball by him. Calmly done by D'Ambrosio. Summer free following a decade at Inter, where he was a title winner. Many miles at all between Monza and Milan. Calmly done by Di Gregorio. Romani taking no chances at all. Back, right. Danny Motta dropping in deep here. Got the 1-0 winner against Genoa. That was the last win for Monza, the one good thing in the last 4 matches. Lost to 3 either side of that. Beat Genoa 1-0. It was he who scored the only goal. It's only their 2nd season at this level, ever, remember, so... Had a really tough start as well in terms of results and the fixture list. With 1 win in 7 in League and Cup. The next month was much better. They won at Sassuolo, beat Salernitana and Verona. 1 win in 6 since that for the busy motormouth coach Palladino there. So prowling almost on the field. A generation younger than his opposite number tonight. Pereira. His deflected shot, about the closest we've had to a goal so far. Akpa-Akpro now. Motta back to Akpa-Akpro. Tough pass to pull off, the out-to-in run being made there by Pedro Pereira. Kvaratskhelia with a chance to run at D'Ambrosio. Here he goes. Anguissa. Been some good, solid blocks so far, otherwise the keepers might have had a little bit more to do than they actually have done. Don't know if this is just the game or something in Anguissa or something Mazzari has demanded, but Frank Anguissa is definitely looking like he's playing a little higher, with more emphasis on the attacking part of his midfield game than the defensive one. So far, anyway. Hasn't actually scored in Serie A yet this season. That was calmly done, wasn't it? Caldirola into Churia. Caldirola again. It's a very good first-time ball. Staying tight, João Jesus to Lorenzo Colombo. Gives it to Pereira and then continues his run. As does Pereira now. Danny Motta dropping in again. Carboni, 4 in the middle. Ran into traffic and apparently left the boot in there on Mario Rui. He was, shall we just say, a savvy kind of player. Zerbin. Better clearing angle for Di Gregorio there. Nicely worked between him and D'Ambrosio. They have moved that brilliantly from back to front, Monza, until that very final pass there. What a shame. It was not an easy play out from the back either. They did the hardest part. Got the forward ball to Danny Motta. Mario Rui's had a few times where he's been able to just stroll upfield like this on left-sided duty. Spadori forced back. Lobotka gives it back to him. Nicely done. Di Lorenzo. Now the centre forward makes his move. To catch up, really. Zerbin. Kvaratskhelia momentarily on the right. Organisation from Monza. You can see a slight bit of frustration there from Kvaratskhelia. Taking up a little number 10 position there in between the lines. Anguissa has spotted him. Botka. Di Lorenzo. Zerbin. Patient from Napoli. It's also discipline from Monza. Anguissa again, trying to be that menace. Not yet, though. Poor from Calderola, simple free kick there. It has been scoring goals when Napoli are way down on last year. Defence actually hasn't been that bad. They've kept a fair few clean sheets, especially on the road. Just not scoring as many. They've picked up a really unhandy habit of conceding late. 8 of the last 9 goals, in fact, they've conceded have come in the second halves of games. That plus the poor home form. Scoreline as it is now, Monza will be fancying their chances every minute that this passes. 0-0 the score. Arm out from Akpa. Pedro Pereira might have been infringing as well. Zielinski trying to make the cheeky dart through the middle. It's been a very simple game for the two keepers so far. Di Gregorio's had a little bit to do. Alex Merritt, pretty much nothing. Nicely done. Daniel Akpa. Travelled Ivorian on loan from Lazio. Carbone back to D'Ambrosio. Palladino here, barely contained himself, the coach on the sidelines. Danny Motta saying, yep, I got it. Right, stop yelling at me. Little thumbs up for the coach. No way can they take all that in. Only keeping his balance under pressure. From Jesus had followed him all the way. You can see the Napoli centre-back sprinting back now to fill in the gap he's left. Pessina. Napoli fans just starting to grumble. D'Ambrosio. Slowing it down a little. Back pro. Gagliardini, the former Inter player, signed in the summer like D'Ambrosio there. including Di Gregorio as well, the goalkeeper. He was once upon a time. It's a good challenge, Mario Rui. Probably the biggest cheer from the home fans all night, which tells you plenty about how blunted their attack has been so far. Such a combative player, Mario Rui. Plays right on the edge, pretty much all the time. They've had him and Matias Oliveira, the Uruguayan, out injured for chunks of this season, so the new recruit, the Brazilian Nathan, has been in starting the last month or so. Now he's out injured. Mario Rui, only one left. Zanoli can play in there, the youngster Alessandro Zanoli, who's on the bench. The promise here, Anguissa finding Di Lorenzo again. Zielinski had made that break from midfield. First card of the game. No surprise, it's the cheeky wing play of Kvaratskhelia that has brought it about. Pedro Pereira getting too close. Portuguese ahead of Birindelli at the moment in that role. Right wing back picks up his yellow card of the game. And this is a nice position. Romani at the moment just offside, but lurking there, wearing 13 for Napoli. Just come back in line now, you suspect. Indeed he does. Glancing blow, normally so dangerous. It was Raspadori, but no one had made that far post run. They would have had a tap-in. Watch out for Kvaratskhelia against Pereira now. He's going to time everything perfectly. Meanwhile, on that same flank, this is Carboni. Pereira, deflection. Made it easy for Merritt. He wanted to go early, but didn't see the option there. Mario Rui again. Anguissa. Di Lorenzo. See the frustration of Walter Mazzari there. There's a position with a genuine bit of promise there. Not an opening as yet. And it's ended up going back to their half momentarily. They're calling for a handball in there, Napoli. Anguissa's won it back fairly. Zielinski. Kvaratskhelia trying to slip it through for Zerbin. The chance was there. Maybe it is for the Georgian himself here. Trying to bend it. Has scored 5 in the league. Did he have a case here? Ooh, Gagliardini. Marco Di Bello, referee. Paolo Valeri on VAR duty. I can think of a fair few games in Italy, England and everywhere where you've seen things like that given on review. Probably more often than not. Most people would think it's good that it wasn't here. Who knows what handball is anymore? There's got to be some element of you could have done something about it, surely. I don't think Gagliardini then could have. 9 minutes to half-time. Quiet evening for the keepers here. Di Lorenzo. Rui, followed by Akpakpro. There he is, scrapping again, and drawing the foul again, Mario Rui. Don't think he needed to do it either. Mario Rui was hoping he'd get fouled there. He's facing the wrong way. Where's he going to go? Using all of his smarts here. And he's got plenty of them, Mario Rui. Absolute pest. Kind of player you'd want to have in your team and hate to play against. Passion, nous, and most of the tricks in the book, if not all of them. Short to Kvaratskhelia. For the first time sees the shot charged down, and Monza think about a counter-attack here. Zonguisa, whose physical presence in that box becomes all the more important with Victor Osimhen suspended. So a bang on the head for Akpakpro here. Little bump just before he jumped. Juan Jesus. Certainly not a head injury, is it? Captain Pessina having a moan up. He's okay. Just gives us a chance to remind you not only more coming tonight with the later kickoffs on TNT Sports, but also more action tomorrow as 2023 concludes in terms of Italy. On 1 from 5:15. Milan at home to Sassuolo. That is bound to be good entertainment, that one. And Juve against Roma. Always lively, those two. Mourinho goes to Turin. That's from 7:30 on 1. Or you can stream via Discovery Plus. It's a classic grind out from Roma last time out to beat Napoli. That was very 0-0 for a long time. And they got one. Napoli had a couple of men sent off, and Lukaku got a very late one. You may have been with us for that. Saw Roma go above Napoli. Mario Rui, great cross. Should be 1-0 for Zonguisa. Might still be, but Di Lorenzo has slashed it. Best chance of the game just before half-time. What a ball. And what a waste. He's onside. Mentioned earlier, he's definitely breaking from midfield more here. From Zonguisa. If he hits it anywhere except there, it's 1-0. Cracking ball in from Mario Rui. Well, Raspadori is a fine and talented forward player. Osimhen's don't grow on trees, because he's got that physicality. It does feel all the more important, you think, that Anguissa does get in there to provide some of that muscle, because Raspadori can get bumped around a bit by the centre-backs. Anguissa can't. Maybe that's why. Alderweireld clears. Kvaratskhelia was just trying to poke through something cheeky again, typical him. Still no goals, but of the two, no question who's knocking hardest on the door. Napoli. We won't want half-time to come, finishing this half pretty strongly. Churia forced into the mistake, well played Zerbin. And Di Lorenzo lets him keep on going. Alessio Zerbin unselfishly tried to square it. Maybe was running out of pace to do it himself. Kvaratskhelia was arriving at the far post. He couldn't find him. It's only a corner. Zerbin looks down to the floor, then up to the heavens. Third choice on the right side of that attack, but getting a first start of the season tonight. Giovanni Simeone wouldn't have minded a go. Lindstrom, who normally plays on the left, there, both on the bench, but Zerbin got the nod. That would have been a real moment to savour for him. There's Raspadori, Lobotka, Zielinski, tons in there. Didn't find any of them with the cross. Lobotka again. They're certainly looking the more dangerous. It's taken a while for them to look dangerous, but it's happening. I wonder if Zerbin could have pulled the trigger there. I think there was a moment when he could. Noticeable he was losing ground after the sprint. Never scored a Serie A goal. Scored plenty on loan with Frosinone a couple of seasons ago. Not for the parent club, not for Napoli, not in this division either. Another corner. Final couple of minutes of this first half. Zielinski delivers, and delivers well. Seemed to be there for Di Lorenzo. Maybe he took his eyes off it. Seemed to be coming right onto his forehead. Barely brushed it, if at all. Anguissa making that run again. Mario Rui spotting it. Paak Pro. Monza shut out in their last two games. Milan and Fiorentina. Bit down on goals this season themselves, like Napoli. Really not look like scoring so far here. There have been a fair few of this kind of game, actually, in terms of profile of opponent and venue. And Napoli have gone in 0-0 against a, should we just say, a lesser known side. Ended up losing the game 1-0 to a second half goal. Been some weird ones in there. Doesn't quite have that feel about it here yet. Kvaratskhelia turning, shooting, and missing, but only just. He got plenty of whip in that, didn't he? It's close. De Laurentiis back there. the chairman. No stoppage time, no goals. And for half an hour, not too many signs of them, but Napoli have definitely been coming on strong towards the end of that half. Kvaratskhelia and co. Well, they need a result. They haven't got one yet, but they're looking dangerous. It's half-time. It's pretty one-sided, but it's Napoli 0, Monza 0.
Serie A, made in Italy.